it's memories we still have. Do you remember carrying that rug down in the women's studies room? And so, it was a wonderful, wonderful, not women's center experience. And it probably was a high point in my career, being involved in that. So women's studies came along at the right time for me.
When it really matters, people come together because of their commitment to the kinds of things that Women and Gender Studies does and the things that it stands for.
At the same time, there's always the struggle for Women's and Gender Studies to be part of that institution. It wants to be part of the institution while at the same time challenging it. And that's the dichotomy that creates the friction and makes it very difficult. But it's also what's so important for students to see, that there is a space on campus in some programs to think outside of the institutional box.
The Women and Gender Studies Colloquium series, that was hosted in the Women and Gender in the Women's Center. And I think the Women's Center provided a place for that to happen because there was no office or, there was no formal space for Women and Gender Studies. And so I think the Women's Center provided the space for that to happen.
So I found the knowledge very heavy sometimes, but then I would tell myself, no, Sylvia, there's been enough struggle for women. You have to tell your students there has to be joy in the struggle or the struggle is not for you.
And of course, none of us could do this work without the energy and excitement and commitment of students to really see the value in what we do here at MSUM.
Because I think a lot of people would come in talking about not only what they were learning in Women and Gender Studies, but also questioning some of the things they were learning in other classes and making connections to things they might have been hearing in their Women and Gender Studies classes and how that might have differed in their other classes or how they make sense of it. And all of that discussion happened in the Women's Center.
I think Women and Gender Studies is scrappy. And that it will continue to be at MSUM and it will continue to thrive.